Rise and shine, everyone, and thank you for joining us on air and streaming on the KARE 11 app here on this Monday morning. Hope you all out there had a wonderful weekend. Jason Hackett and Cece Gaines here with you. We're going to check in with Alicia later on in the hour. She's at the Randy Shaver Golf Classic.
Yeah, she's going to have a good time this morning. Great weather for it. Of course, you said maybe a little damp out there this morning, Courtney.
Yes, it's going to be one of those days where if you're on the course, you may have like mud on your shins just from how damp everything is, but at least that moisture won't be coming from above. It is not going to rain on you. We do have some lingering showers this morning, even a broken line of showers and storms. You can see it just to the east of Marshall. Keeping an eye on that, but at this time, just some pockets of heavy rain, lightning, nothing to stress about. Here's a look at the sunrise time lapse. Absolutely gorgeous looking out over the downtown skyline. 62 degrees right now. Visibility looking good for the metro. There are pockets of dense fog out to our northwest, and we're going to stay pretty cloudy today. Sun may try to emerge. If and when it does, we should see more of those mid and upper 70s. And then we get drier and warmer as we head into our Tuesday, but the rain will be back later this week. KCC.
Hey, good morning. Roads are drying out this morning after the rain we saw overnight here. This is a live look in Cottage Grove, Highway 61. Traffic moving great this morning. You don't need to add any extra time out there right now. Look here at the bigger map. It's all green. Haven't seen any crashes this morning to start off your Monday.
Let's turn to our top story this morning. Charges could be coming down as soon as today in the deadly shooting at Canterbury Park. Yeah, the suspect is accused of killing a 26-year-old during an Eid prayer service. Our Audrey Russo is live outside the Scott County Jail down in Shakopee with more on the case. Hi, Audrey.
Good morning. I reached out to the Scott County Attorney's Office as soon as I got in this morning to see if they were going to be moving forward with filing charges today. Now, we're not naming the suspect until he's formally charged, but we do know a little bit more about him. We know that he's 28 years old, and we know that the suspect was at the same Eid prayer service where 26-year-old Khalid Abdi was shot and killed last week. Take a look at this video from last week. This was the scene outside of Canterbury Park's Expo Center. Now, less than 24 hours after this, Shakopee police had their suspect in custody. But what's unclear at this point is exactly what led up to the shooting. Now, co-workers remember Abdi as a friend, a husband, and a soon-to-be father, and again, he was just 26 years old. Now, I looked at the Scott County Court schedule for today. I didn't see this case listed, but we do know that the suspect is being held right now in the Scott County Jail behind me. Back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you very much for those updates.
Also this morning, an ICE agent is sitting in a Texas detention facility waiting extradition to Minnesota.
That agent was denied bond after being charged with shooting a man in Minneapolis during Operation Metro Surge. Megan McPherson joins us now with the very latest. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. 52-year-old Christian Castro is still in Texas this morning after his arrest near the U.S.-Mexico border Friday. He was denied bond at his first court appearance on Saturday and agreed to be extradited back to Minnesota. Castro was charged earlier this month. You can see the criminal complaint here in connection with the January shooting during Operation Metro Surge. It's not yet clear when Castro will be brought back here to Minnesota, but Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty told us that she hopes that happens within days. Prosecutors say he fired into a North Minneapolis home where 4 adults were hiding, including Julio Sosa Solis, who was shot in the leg. This video shows the moments leading up to the gunfire. It was released last month. Moriarty says Castro claimed he shot in self-defense after being confronted by men carrying shovels and brooms, but this surveillance video contradicts that account. And a Homeland Security spokesperson told KARE 11 the charges are unlawful and nothing more than a political stunt. Moriarty believes that Castro could request to have the case tried in federal court. I'll explain how that would impact the case coming up in 30 minutes. Back to you.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for the update, Megan. Right now, 2 people are in the hospital after a shooting in St. Paul's Frogtown neighborhood Saturday night. This was the scene near Grotto Street and Charles Avenue. Police say officers heard the shots nearby and saw a car driving away from the area. When they got to the intersection, they found a crowd of about 150 people and a man and a woman who had been shot in the leg. Officers stopped the car and arrested 4 people. St. Paul PD's non-fatal shooting unit is investigating.
Developing this morning, the alleged leader of a pull tab ring accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars has been sentenced. Aaron King Sr. will spend 6.5 years behind bars. Charging documents say he led a group that stole more than $200,000 in pull tab cash from bars and restaurants in the metro. Investigators say they used crowbars and sledgehammers to break into safes. King will also have to pay $18,000 in restitution. And 2 other co-defendants are awaiting trial. 5 others have already pleaded guilty.
In the last hour, a nightly curfew outside of a New Jersey ICE facility ended after protests over the weekend. Take a look at this video from over the weekend of protesters clashing with police. You can see there, protesters say they're speaking out about inhumane conditions inside of that facility. Meanwhile, local leaders are calling for an end to the unrest.
The conditions in there are horrible. They have, in solidarity, people they've hit, people that they've been trying to translate for them, they put them in isolation so they can't help in any way.
Last night we saw masked individuals attack the barrier. They threw projectiles, they used barriers as weapons, and lit tires on fire in the street.
Officials say the curfew will continue nightly from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. local time until further notice.
In just a few hours, Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan is set to officially file to be on Minnesota's ballot for U.S. Senate. This comes after she secured the DFL endorsement over the weekend at the state convention in Rochester. Other DFL endorsements went to Amy Klobuchar in the governor's race and Keith Ellison for attorney general. Meanwhile, Republicans held their own convention up in Duluth. The big battle between Lisa Demuth and Kendall Qualls for governor. Qualls ended up winning the endorsement, but some are questioning the accuracy of the counts after the convention suffered some voting issues with some clickers not working. We did reach out to the GOP about the issue, but they told us, quote, no comment. It's important to note here, a party endorsement does not mean a primary win, but it does carry a lot of weight. The endorsed candidate from both parties get resources, but the resources aren't exactly equal. Minnesota and the DFL has more money and resources to help candidates compared to the Republican Party.
6:07. Let's take a look outside. A beautiful look outside here. We're live from the Rush Creek Golf Club over in Maple Grove, where in less than 2 hours, the 2026 Randy Shaver Golf Classic will kick off. The annual event features celebrities helping raise money for cancer research. Our very own Alicia Lewis, John Ziegler, and Ben Derry will be out there. We're going to check in with them coming up at 6:45.